Hi, this is Samantha Bacall presenting my persuasive speech about pollution for environmental problems in communications class. So this slide doesn't have any visual aids. It's just going over like what this speech has and everything. So it talks about how often do you see plastic, or you see now paper straws being served in coffee shops to reduce pollution. You've probably also seen pictures of animals with the plastic soda rings around the necks, or like any other kind of pollution that you've seen on social media. So we really need to start doing things to improve that so we can start getting like corporate and bigger industries to invest in eco-friendly ways. So I go on saying that we should talk about the 7 types and then the health risks that come with not reducing pollution and ways to prevent pollution. Okay, so on this slide you have a visual aid of pollution, probably from a refinery, all the smoke and everything coming out. You've probably also seen forest fires and that smoke or whatever sort. So air pollution is really bad just in general because we breathe that air and we need to be clean. There are ways to prevent that. We could go a little bit greener, stop smoking cigarettes, or maybe using less things with gas, more electric stoves maybe, and maybe reducing down on people using cars and everything. We could start taking more public transportation and the sorts. So here we have a example of land pollution. Anytime there's just garbage on the ground or plastic or anything, and it doesn't look very pretty, and you know it's not supposed to be there, you can just pick it up and help with that. Landfills are also known for that, or the giant spot in the ocean that has just plastic in the middle of it. We could reduce our use of plastic and everything, use more eco-friendly things like the paper straws or biodegradable things instead. Our next type of pollution would be light pollution, from spotlights to streetlights that are super bright to anything that gives off unnecessary light. You know how you can go outside at night now and you can't really see the stars? That's because of light pollution, and we really need to start reducing on that. So we could maybe find different kinds of streetlights and bulbs to use instead, and having less spotlights outside. So it would definitely help. So the fourth type of pollution would be noise pollution, anything that causes overly loud noises that could disturb you or possibly the wildlife around, anything from refinery, machinery clashing against each other, living next to a highway and hearing all the cars pass by and the trucks and the sirens and everything. And that really disturbs people and the wildlife, and it could really cause an effect on you yourself because you're up and awake because there's noises outside, and it also applies to animals in this sense. So the fifth type of pollution would be thermal pollution, which is the increase of temperatures that humans produce. So we will go and heat up water but not properly cool it down, so that is taken away from ponds and natural rivers in the environment. So we could use less electricity overall. You could unplug more things at the end of the day, or not dumping hot water directly back into cold water, and instead running it through a cooling tower, which would greatly help. Visual pollution is anything that you can see, like billboards that are kind of tacky and don't look that great overall, or broken down houses that can be torn down because they're unsafe and people could go into it, or anything just like trash on the street. Skyscrapers could even be an example just because of how tall and large they are, to just anything that looks naturally trashy and shouldn't naturally be there. We could start cleaning up on that and prevent people from littering and just making the earth look nice again. And our last type of pollution is water pollution. It's pretty well known just because you see it a lot and you hear about the big trash pile in the middle of the ocean, and it's just nothing but plastic and garbage that we throw out and don't take care of getting rid of properly. So not throwing away chemicals in the water or dumping them down the drain, properly disposing of medication, and avoid using the garbage disposal would definitely help with water pollution and reducing that. So I'm kind of pushing the time limit, so I'm going to quickly go over the health risks and hazards. So there has been some health problems that have been rising, and it has a bit of a connectedness to pollution. Our air quality could definitely be better, and it would help people with the asthma and everything. Cancer rates have also risen because of pollution, which is kind of strange in a way. But if we reduce our pollution, we could probably reduce these rates of cancer and help our air quality overall. So we really need to start doing things ourselves to start cleaning up and making a voice for laws that we want to push to be more eco-friendly and green. So overall, if we start making a change, eventually the boulder will start rolling down the hill, and it'll eventually reach the bigger governments like Congress, and we could probably get some more eco-friendly laws in there. I'm going to quickly go over the work cited. There were a bunch of sites that I went through. They're all in MLA style. So you can see them all there. They're all present, and each of the pictures are from the sites themselves. So